Hey guys, what's up? I hope you all are doing good. My name is Ali, but you can call me A. So welcome to my YouTube channel Coding with A. So what we are going today? We are going to build Node.js authentication API using Expressjs framework, which is used for building web application and APIs in Node.js. So let me share my screen to proceed further and let's straight jump into the code. Let's create an empty folder on desktop. Open the terminal, cd desktop, clear the terminal. Create an empty folder on desktop mk by writing command mkdir node auth API. It will create an empty folder on desktop. After that, go into the folder and open that folder in VS Code. After opening the folder in VS Code, open the terminal in VS Code and run the command npm init. It will create a package.json file in an empty folder. Package.json file is especially used to manage project settings, dependencies, scripts, and all the metadata in the project. After that, after creating package.json file, let's install the Expressjs framework in our project by writing command npm I express. Go to Google Chrome, write npm express, click on the first link. It will open the Express module. After that, copy the code, basic Express server code, and create a server.js file in the editor and paste that code in server.js file. This code will create basic Expressjs server, which will run on port 3000. So what this code means, it will import Express and then initialize the Express app. And after that, it will listen the app on port 3000. After that, run the server. So the server is running on port 3000. So let's get access to this API on Google Chrome. Call this API on Google Chrome. The way to call this API on Google Chrome is localhost, because our server is running on port 3000, localhost 3000, and then slash, and it will show hello world. You see in this API on line number 5, the response of this API is hello world, and it's sending back the response from server to client hello world. After creating the basic Express server, let's go to install Mongoose. Mongoose is a package used for interaction between MongoDB and Node.js. It is it works like a ODM, object data model, for MongoDB and Node.js. Let's install Mongoose by writing command npm I mongoose. It will install Mongoose in our project. Let's go on mongodb.com and create our MongoDB cluster, mongodb.com. Yeah, it will sign in. Let's sign in to MongoDB account. Yeah, let's create a project. The project is already created. Let's resume the cluster. The cluster is being created. It takes 1 to 3 minutes of time. Yeah, the cluster is created. Now it's time to push our code to GitHub. For pushing our code to GitHub, let's create an empty repository in our project by using git init. It will create an empty Git repository in our project. Clear the terminal. Then after that, create .git ignore file in our project and put node modules in that file, so it will not track node modules folder. So after that, we'll write a command git add dot, then commit a message, commit a code, hit commit -m, server setup, done. After that, go to the github.com, go to github.com, yeah, goes to repository, yeah, create a new repository, write a name, node, auth, API, give any name, it depends on you. Then create a repository. After that, copy that code, create branch -m, the putting a main as a main branch. So after that, copy the command, create a mod head origin, yeah, and then push the code in our main branch on github.com. By git push command. It will push the code in our GitHub. Refresh the github.com. You see our code is now on github.com. Yeah. So after that, our code is finally deployed on github.com. So let's go further and do setting up MongoDB in our code. So let's install Mongoose package. Mongoose is used to track for interaction between MongoDB and Node.js. It is like a ODM, object data model for MongoDB and Node.js. Yeah. So Mongoose is installed in our project. So let's create db.js file and write a MongoDB connection code in this file. So let's import Mongoose from Mongoose library. Mongoose library. So yeah, let's launch db URL. Put our db URL string in this variable db URL. After that, create function. Write any name. Give any name to that function. I am giving connect db. Async. Yeah, for try catch. So after that, export export that function module dot exports connect db. So I can use that function in other files. Whereas write try catch block if it is used for error handling. So this console.log error. If any error occurs, it prints the error on terminal and process dot exit command. Yeah. The purpose of exit that command is that any if any issue occur with MongoDB connection, so this this piece of code will will crash the server. Crash the server. Yeah. So after that, connect the MongoDB by writing await mongoose dot connect db URL. So where we get this and then so write a code console.log. So it gave us an idea that our MongoDB is successful connection is successfully created or connected. So right here, a MongoDB connected. It will show the message on our terminal that MongoDB is successfully connected here. So where we get our DB URL string. So let's go on mongodb.com. Our cluster is already created now. So click on connect, go to drivers. You'll see there is a URL string, copy that string and put in our DB URL variable, constant variable. And we need now password for this URL. So where we get the password of the URL, let's go on MongoDB and go to the database access. Go on the left side menu bar, click on database access, click on edit, go on password, edit your password, enter a new password. This is my password. I created the password. So putting a password here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is a password I created. So now I am now the MongoDB successfully. Let's import the MongoDB file in our server.js file because server.js is our root file. It is the main entry point of the project. Const connect db require db from db.js file. Yeah. After that, call that function. Call that function inside the Expressjs file. Let's test the server. Let's write npm start to run the server. Yeah, you see, MongoDB is connected successfully. Let's break a core me. Let's break something in the code. So npm start. So it will not, if you see it crashed the server because our password is empty. So it crashed the server by using process.exit1 command. So let's rewrite this password again. Start the server again. So now again our MongoDB is connected again. Yeah. So there MongoDB is set up. So let's push the code to the GitHub. It come with -m MongoDB connection successfully created. Git push. It will push the code to the main branch. Clear the terminal. So after that, all the things are done now. So let's create routes. Before creating a routes, let's create a express.json middleware. For writing app.use express app.use express.json. The purpose of it, the function of this middleware is that so it will this this middleware will pass the JSON data in every request automatically. Yeah. The purpose of this middleware is simple. It will pass the JSON data in every request automatically sent by client to the server. Let's create author.js file inside route folder dot raw dot js file. So after that, import a create a function, import a function, export the function, do dot export function app like this, and import this author.js file inside the server.js file like this. Require route author route and send the app express app into that function. After that, initialize the routes in author.js file app dot route. Yeah. So after that, let's create name of the route is login. So after that, post method, write a post method because this is the API, this is the name of the route, and we are using post method so to sending data to the backend server from client side. So post name of the function, name of the controller function. Let's create a controller folder. I am setting up the project like MVC model view controller. Routes are initialized now, so I'm creating more controllers function. The definition of controller function, not writing any piece of code in it, just defining the functions, and then I will go with the models first. I will write the models first, then after I go for the controllers, and then we will at the end we will test the API controller folder, then write auth dot and create a auth or controller or JS file inside the controller folder. Yeah. So after that, controller folder exports the function login. Yes, yeah. So this is the login function. Then after that, login function export source register is same. Yeah. So these are the two controllers I created on author controller.js file, and now import this function inside route file. Const dot auth is equal to require importing the file by using required method. Controller go outside the folder or go outside the route folder. Go inside the controller author controller, and now call this function here auth dot login, and after that copy it, paste it, register URL, and after that calling the register folder on this path. So routes are done, controller definitions, function definitions are done. So now let's go with the models. So let's create a models using Mongoose. Create a folder models, and models create a file auth dot user dot model dot js file. So in this file, import Mongoose from Mongoose library require. I know it's working a little bit slower, mate, but I want to clear your concept, so that's why I'm going a little bit slower to so that you are fully understand what I am doing in the code. Yeah, yeah, Mongoose require Mongoose. Yeah. So after that, initialize the schema. Schema users Mongoose dot new Mongoose dot schema. Yeah, the schema. There are three fields in the schema. I am putting only three fields in the schema. Let's go with only two fields. Yeah, no need to enter name at the moment because it's just for a concept. So let's enter only email. The type of email is type. Email type is, yeah, string. Yeah, and password. The number two property of user schema is password. The type of password is string. Yeah. So let's create a date. The date is the type is the date. Date turner. Yeah. 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 Let's do it like that. Or let's break it like that. Type is equal to date. Yeah. Before date the now. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, like this one. This is the simple user schema, email, passport, and date. Yeah. After that, export the export the export the user model, data model, mongoose dot model user. The name of the user which is created in the MongoDB database is user. Yeah. So user. Let's write user schema. Yeah, it is a more better user friendly name. User schema. User schema. So the user schema is now done. So let's push a code to the GitHub. So that's all saying that user schema is done. So git add dot git commit, write a message or commit mongoose user schema is done. Yeah. Now push the code to this GitHub. Yeah. The code is pushed now. Yeah. Let's go. All the route.js is done. So let's importation of the route is done. So controller definition is done. User schemas are done. So let's import. schema in the author controller.js file. Require require go outside the folder, go to the model. Let's import user.model. Yeah. Now let's start writing a code for the register controller. Request res. Yeah. So after that, the client is sending email password at the moment in the body of request. So we will restructure email password from request body. First email password request dot body. After that, we can also check validation on email password if email is equal to empty or send that the response to the client that email is empty and if password field is empty, so send back the response to the client that the password field is empty. We can check we can validate these fields, but let's do without validation now at the moment. So let's dot status 500 dot send error to the server if any error occurs. So if there are no error occurs, then let's write a code. First, we have to check if the user is exist or not in the DB. If the users already exist, then we have to send the message to the client that user already exists in the DB. So we can't create a new user, we can't create a duplicate user in our MongoDB. So that's why first we have to check that if the user already exists or not. So for that, we write this logic: const user exists await user dot find one. Find one is the MongoDB Mongo's function to finding one document by conditions email, and we are checking by email at the moment. So if user exists, if user user exists, so we are sending back the response that return res dot status 400 dot JSON. Send the message to the client is user user already exists. Yeah. So after if the user does not exist, what we have to do? First, we have to hash a password. For hashing a password, we have to install the library bcrypt.js. So I already installed the library bcrypt.js, npm I bcrypt.js. So I import the library bcrypt.js up on the top. So let's use that library for hashing a password and store that password in a DB. So for hashing a password, we first create a salt for hashing a password. For generating a salt, let's write a code for generating a salt. Const salt and decrypt dot gen salt 10 number of 10 is the rounds number of rounds. Higher the number of rounds, the more secure will be your password. Yeah. So const hash pass decrypt dot hash sync use hash sync at the moment. So first write a password and salt, so it will hash the password. After hashing a password, create a new user, email, and password is equal to hash pass const new user. So after that, wait, save the new user by calling save function. Save, it will save the user. After saving the user, if everything is okay, then return the message that account created successfully. 200 response that status code is okay. So send back the message that message that account created successfully. Yeah, that's it. So let's go. Register controller is done now. So let's move forward. login controller. Login controller is same like that. Press. So the body is same. So just copy paste the body. Client is sending email password. Try cache for you right try cache block for error handling. Error. Let's write the same thing. Let's write that same response for error handling. Yeah. So after that, we will check for login. We will check that if the user exists or not. If the user exists on the user, then we can proceed further for login. So for that, we'll check if user exists or not. User exists or not. Functionality is same like that. If your user not exist, here is if the user not exist, just write here the user and send a message. User does does not exist in exist invalid credentials. Done. So if the user, so after checking the email, if the user exists, then we have to check the password. For checking the password, we will write decrypt compare sync function for checking the password. The password the client sent, it match with the password already stored in the database. So user exists. We get the document user exists here. So user exists or password. So const is match. So check that is match. If is match, if is not match, yeah, if is not match, then copy that command and send the same response that invalid credentials. You have to enter the right credentials, but otherwise we can't let you log in into web application. So not match is match. So send the user the use invalid credentials. Just send invalid credentials. Yeah. Just send here invalid credentials. Just yeah, the same. Yeah. Not to worry. Nothing to worry. After that, if the user password and email is okay, then we have to sign the token. We have to sign the token made. We are using JSON Web Tokens for generating a token and using that token for authorization and authentication of backend API. So for creating a JSON Web Token, we have to first install the library npm JSON Web Token. Let's write on a Google npm JSON Web Token. Go to this package, copy the command, write the command. Yeah, this is a way we can sign. This is a way we can sign. Yeah, there are a lot of examples. You can go by reading the documentation easily. Yeah, clear the terminal. Yes, sir. J. So import the first const JWT require JSON web token. So after that, write JWT dot sign. After that, write a JWT secret my API. After that, error response error result like this. What we are creating? We are creating our payload token based on the user ID. So let's create a payload first. Let's create a payload first. ID user exists dot ID. Yeah, we're creating on that payload. Payload if error exists, if error exists, then we will send the response that server error. Server server error. If no, then we will return res dot status 200 dot 200 dot 200 dot JSON token equal to token is equal to token. Yeah, this is now this is send the token and write a message that user 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 login successful. Done. So finally, login and register routes are done now. So now we have to create a middleware for verifying a token. This is the end part of. Before that, we just have to push the code in our GitHub repo. Yeah, so it is the best practice to push commit after after making some changes. Yeah, it is the best practice. Git add dot git commit minus m uh, controllers routes and controllers are done. Git push. So let's start testing the API using Postman. Yeah. So, let's start npm start. Let's start the server with command npm start. Open the Postman. First, register the user. Yeah. HTTP. Write a URL. Localhost 3000. Register user. Register. The post method body is text is JSON. The email is the email at the rate of gmail.com, and the password is I test. So send it to the server. It will show you 500 internal error. Let's check what's the issue. So go to the controller. The IP is not working fine. So let me check. You here. Line number 60, line number 62. I'm doing it wrong. So let's cut this line. Then instead of sort, let's put 10 here. Number of 10. This one line will fix the problem of this error. Let's enter the terminal. Start the terminal again. And let's send the request. Our account created successfully. Now register URL is now working. Register API is now working. So let's log in. Let's log in with the same email and password. Post method sent to the server. Yeah, you see, we will getting a token, JWT token. So the login API is also working. So let's call the user API to test the middleware is working or user API is working or not. So login user. So post body raw. Sorry, we didn't put anything. It's a get request, not post. So X or token field in the header for sending token. So copy the token from here, paste in this request, send to the server. Or you see, we're getting the user detail now. So raw register, login, and user API is now working fine. So that's it. So authentication APIs are done now. So all are working good now, working fine. So let me push the updated code on GitHub after making few changes and solving some bugs. Fixes are done. Git Push. Yeah. So, okay, that's all for today. We built today Node.js Authentication API using Expressjs framework. I hope you love this video and you learned something new by watching this tutorial. So that's all for today. So if you love and get some knowledge, so please subscribe to this channel, and the source code of the link of the GitHub repository is in the description. Please have a look on it and play with the code. The code is only for you guys. So that's all for today. So let's meet soon in the next video. Have a nice day and take care of yourself and keep sharing the knowledge, keep struggling and keep hustling, mate. That's all. That's the life. Yeah. Cheers. Bye. Ta. Take care.